Hi everyone, my name is Mateus, and today we're going to talk about video games. According to reliable leaker, The Snitch, It Takes Two could be coming to Nintendo Switch. On his private Discord, The Snitch shared 10 emojis. Some of them are considered to be a hint at an iconic stage in the game, some others can easily be interpreted as representations of the major characters in the story. If the recent rumors that a Nintendo Direct will be held during this September are real, we'll probably see the confirmation of this leak during the event. The Callisto Protocol dev plans to support the game for 4 years. Striking Distance Studios discussed plans for the Callisto Protocol DLC and post-launch support in a new interview during Gamescom 2022. Speaking to True Trophies, CTO Mark James said that the studio will not only be making DLC but it'll support the game for at least 4 years post-launch. James told True Trophies that Striking Distance is treating the Callisto Protocol as a full-service title. It's a single-player game, but the studio has crafted the world in such a way that it can be expanded upon through DLC, expansions, or maybe even sequels. James specifically said that he would like for new stories to be told through subsequent products, which could be any of the above. He then went on to confirm that the plan is to turn the Callisto Protocol into a franchise. We've left the world expandable. We've created a world that can tell different stories, and so we can either tell those stories either through DLC, or we could actually tell those stories through subsequent products. We've left those open. We like to think of this as a franchise. Every developer, when they make a new IP, they like to think of it as a franchise investment. It's really expensive to generate a new IP, so we always want to try and get the most out of it. Worth noting that the Callisto Protocol will come with a season pass, but its contents have yet to be revealed. Nickleodeon is reportedly releasing a brand new AAA, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles game in 2023. As shared by ResetEra user Peebo and reported by NickALive, page 170 of the September issue of Toy World magazine confirms that a new Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles game is on the way. The page focuses on Paramount Consumer Products and Experiences, and runs down some of the franchises that have seen success this year, including a big focus on Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. After mentioning the upcoming Seth Rogen Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie, Mutant Mayhem, the page moves on to video games. It says, Paramount is also planning a remaster of Konami's The Cowabunga collection at the end of the year and will launch a brand new original AAA game in 2023. Toy World doesn't mention what era of Ninja Turtles the new game will focus on, or what kind of game it'll be, but the specific mention of brand new and AAA makes it seem as if it won't be a side-scrolling brawler like Shredder's Revenge and will likely focus on a different group of Ninja Turtles than the 80s team. Microsoft is committing to keeping Call of Duty on PlayStation for several more years, beyond the existing marketing deals Sony has with Activision. Microsoft Gaming CEO and Xbox chief Phil Spencer made the commitment in a written letter to PlayStation head Jim Ryan earlier this year, and it's the clearest sign yet that Call of Duty won't suddenly disappear from PlayStation platforms if Microsoft's $68.7 billion deal is approved by regulators. In January, we provided a signed agreement to Sony to guarantee Call of Duty on PlayStation, with feature and content parity, for at least several more years beyond the current Sony contract, an offer that goes well beyond typical gaming industry agreements, says Microsoft Gaming CEO Phil Spencer in a statement to The Verge. Exactly how many years Call of Duty is guaranteed on PlayStation still isn't crystal clear, but Bloomberg originally reported earlier this year that Microsoft was committed to releasing Call of Duty on PlayStation for at least the next 2 years, suggesting that Sony's marketing deal for the franchise could expire in 2024. Microsoft then publicly committed in February to keeping Call of Duty available on PlayStation beyond the existing agreement and into the future. Call of Duty fans still debate over whether Microsoft could technically make the game an Xbox exclusive if the Activision Blizzard deal finalizes. Microsoft's latest statement doesn't address what happens after those several more years, but it's clear the company is willing to guarantee Call of Duty on PlayStation for a longer than usual period than it contractually has to. That's all the news for today, Saturday, September 3, 2022. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and subscribe to this channel. The links to all the subjects discussed in this video are available in the description below. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.